watching East Tennessee weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
And good morning. It is now Wednesday, January 3rd, 7:01 to get this good old morning Wednesday started. We got some nice sunshine that's going to grace us with its presence first thing this morning, but the clouds are going to be on the increase. And a big shout out to Union County and downtown Maynardville. So good morning, Maynardville. A nice view looking off to the southern sky. Looks like folks getting their day started, getting up and getting at it, and it's off to work and, well, maybe off to school for some of the kids here. But, of course, Knox County and some other schools begin school again starting tomorrow. So a nice, quiet, and chilly start to the day. But those clouds will be on the increase throughout the day as wave number 1 settles on in today. More bark than bite, really, when it comes to moisture content. But we're tracking a couple more storm systems, and those will move in on Saturday and again on into our Tuesday. And a little bit more active wet weather pattern. Looks like it's going to be setting up shop and rolling our direction. So good morning. How's it going this morning? How's the week going? Are we kind of getting back in the swing of things? Have you continued your New Year's resolutions? If you did that, are we working out more? Are we being kinder to people? Are we not buying as much coffee out and about? Maybe not eating out as much. Whatever your New Year's resolutions were, a lot of you said you were going to hit the Bible a little bit more, bring Jesus back to your heart. So that was a good one for sure. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the forecast because we do have a couple of systems on the way. Well, actually 3, as I mentioned. 1 today, but as I mentioned yesterday, it's going to be more bark than bite. I'm not looking at a whole lot of activity with it, but it is going to increase the clouds, and so therefore it's going to stay on the chillier side. We want to take a live look there at Pellissippi Parkway and Interstate 40 right now. No traffic troubles to get the morning started, but volume of traffic is gradually building. Let's hope it can stay that way all morning long. All right, here are your weather headlines. Mostly cloudy with maybe a sprinkle today. The atmosphere is so dry in the low levels, and we actually have a little bit of a hydrolapse. What is that? It's a very sharp drop in those dew points with the altitude. And so that's going to keep, I think, any moisture from reaching the surface, but can't rule out maybe a sprinkle or two. We'll see increasing sunshine as we head through the day on Thursday. Friday, increasing clouds as our next disturbance heads our way. And that next disturbance is going to be on Saturday. Then we'll track another one on into our Tuesday. And we're talking about a lot of rain with this, or a lot of available moisture. Is it going to be all liquid precipitation, or do we have the threat, or rather opportunity, for you snow lovers out there, for some snow around East Tennessee? Well, I'll keep you posted on that. And we're going to talk about that here as we expand the weather conversation. So fire away some questions if you want here this morning, but I'll get to it here. And if you're joining us on ROKU TV or Amazon Fire, obviously you can't add to the chat, but some of you have already joined me on Roku, and then you open up social media. So maybe a good idea to do that. Don't forget, I'm also on YouTube, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, the website, the app. There are so many different places that you can get this. I'm on Twitter, or rather formerly known as Twitter, now X. I'm broadcasting live there as well. And then both my Facebook pages. So, so many different places to get the forecast for the day. Daily forecast is already posted for the day as well. So you can always check that out. And that updates at 6 a.m., noon, and about 6 p.m. in the evening hours. All right, here we go. So not much going on out there right now. The clouds, or the thicker clouds anyways, are to our west and southwest, but you can see some precipitation to our west and southwest. And so those clouds will be increasing, and that's going to give us an overcast gray day around East Tennessee. But as I mentioned, just not really a whole lot in the form of rain showers. And I'll show you what that looks like when we take a look at your future cast here in a moment. Roads are dry here this morning, so that's good news. As we highlighted those TDOT cameras here this morning, visibility, no fog really. Not a lot of fog. Some of you may run into a little bit of fog here this morning as the clouds are not quite as low as they were yesterday. But temperatures, it's chilly for sure. It cuts right through you. And if you park outside, you'll likely have some frost on your car this morning. We're down to 21 degrees in Crossville, 29 in Fentress County. Morristown, home of the National Weather Service. Big shout out to those guys. They work hard every single day. You've dipped down to 24 degrees. And Chattanooga to Cleveland in the low, mid, and upper 20s here this morning. So good morning, folks joining us from Chattanooga and also Tri-Cities here. I had a couple of comments and conversations yesterday. Said, hey, do you go down to Bradley County in Chattanooga? And the answer is yes. We cover all of East Tennessee, and that's why it's East Tennessee weather. All right, temperatures are trending a few degrees colder than what it was yesterday, but I think this time of year when it's in the 20s and low 30s, it's negligible, right? All right, so your out-the-door forecast here for the day today. We're going to see those temperatures go from the 20s. We'll climb into the low 40s as we get into noon. It is going to be maybe it's going to be a chilly day. Listen, when you have the clouds in place during the day, as you'll see with our future cast, as the clouds increase, it limits us from heating up. Remember, clouds at nighttime act like a nice little blanket. It keeps those morning lows elevated. But clouds during the day keeps our temperatures from heating up too much. By noon today, maybe a sprinkle or two across the Southern Valley, but yeah, that's about it. It looks, like I said, more bark than bite. Not really expected to see a whole lot of activity. If you're traveling down to our south into Atlanta, Georgia, Macon, Savannah, yeah, you'll get a better chance for some accumulating rain showers. But for us here locally, I just don't think we're going to get much at all. You got to look at the atmosphere in the three dimensionals to really get an idea of how that precipitation may fall through the atmosphere. And again, it's so dry. What you may actually see at times today with the overcast skies, we'll see this every once in a while, is you'll see those wispy clouds kind of falling. It looks like the clouds are falling. That's actually virga. That's rain evaporating before it hits the ground. And that's what we could see today as that moisture falls through that dry air. It evaporates and it creates that wispy look. Either way, it's going to be a chilly day, so temperatures only make it into the 40s later on this afternoon. And your evening forecast, if you have evening plans, will be right around 44 for the evening rush hour, and by bedtime tonight down to 38 degrees. And that's going to make for a rather cold start to our day tomorrow as well. So maybe wraparound light flurries are possible across the highest terrain as we get into our Thursday morning. I'll show you the big picture weather pattern here in just a bit, but you can see our Thursday morning, we're starting off with just a few clouds across the plateau and the mountains in southeastern Kentucky, southwest Virginia, and I think that's where we could see maybe a flurry or two. But other than that, we'll see decreasing clouds, increasing sunshine. It should be a nice Thursday, albeit still on the chilly side. So your 3-day forecast will be in the mid to upper 40s all the way through Friday, and really basically mostly dry with decreasing clouds throughout the day on Friday. But other than that, well, actually Friday we'll have increasing clouds around the area. Why? Because we're tracking a storm system that's setting up shop on Saturday. When you look at your rain chances, elevated rain chances, everyone's likely to get soaked Saturday with the cold rain, and Tuesday with wetter weather, like a lot of rain, and maybe even some thunderstorms, because temperatures will be pushing close to 60 degrees ahead of that next storm system on Tuesday. So in the short term, here's the big picture weather pattern. Again, if you have any travel plans today, here's this little wave of energy moving its way across the deep south, cold front to our north, but not a lot of moisture here locally. Heaviest rain is going to be from Atlanta, Georgia, down to Macon, Augusta, into Myrtle Beach and Charleston, and we're only looking at about tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch of rain, and that's from now through tomorrow morning, so it's a 24-hour rainfall forecast. No snow out of the forecast. But let's pick up our timeline now at Friday. Friday evening at 7 o'clock, here comes storm system number 2. And it's going to move its way out of the deep south. And again, the track of this storm system really needs to be paid attention to closely, but the indications are it's all going to be liquid precipitation. Now, the only caveat to that is we're going to be chilly Saturday morning. So any moisture that may fall, some of those low-lying sheltered areas may get some colder air in place, and you may get a little bit of light freezing rain or sleet to get the day started, but it shouldn't cause any travel troubles at all. Then it switches over just to a cold rain and maybe a little bit of wraparound moisture on the backside of that in the form of snow. So rainfall amounts through Sunday, which obviously is basically your Saturday storm system. Here locally, we're going to pick up about a half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of rain. Down to our south, they'll have a lot more than that. And of course, some of that's going to be associated with today's rain. But once again, let's highlight the snowfall forecast. This, my friends, is not an official snowfall forecast, but I always like to highlight the fact that we have the potential of maybe seeing a little bit of wraparound moisture. It doesn't look like it's going to be a lot for us here locally, but what the point of the story is, too, is with these disturbances coming out of the south, they hold more moisture, colder air in place, especially across the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. We have better opportunity for seeing some decent snow. So I think we're going to start to get a little bit more active snowy pattern north of the Tennessee Valley. But do we get some here at home? Well, let's go look at storm number 3. This will be Tuesday morning. And look at this. Showers and thunderstorms are likely with storm number 3 on Tuesday morning. The storm's going to be tracking a little bit further to the west as it stands right now. So the onset of the rain would just be all liquid precipitation. But notice Wednesday morning through the day on Wednesday, do we see some of that wraparound moisture and tap into some colder air to drop in as we get into, say, Wednesday, Thursday of next week? And do we see some wraparound moisture on the backside of that? Well, we do know that we have a lot of rain. So the combination of Saturday's and Tuesday's storm, I mean, look at the rain across the deep south. This is classic for El Nino. Remember, our storm track is going to be a lot further to the south, a wetter weather pattern south, really along the Gulf Coast, associated with our subtropical jet stream this time of the year, thanks to El Nino as it swings its way on through. So that's going to start to set up shop, bringing us heavier rain showers. Well, that's what I've been talking about, right? So it's only a matter of time if we stay in this sort of weather pattern that we surely we've got to be able to see some sort of decent snow. So storm number 3, does it produce snow? Well, let's highlight this again and say, yes, once again, this is not an official snowfall fall forecast, okay? But indications are maybe a little bit of snow on the backside due to storm number 3 on Tuesday. This is next Tuesday. But also to add to that, remember, these storms coming out of the south, look at the wetter weather, the snowier weather, I should say, across the northern Appalachians, up into Pennsylvania, New York, the Northeast. New England's likely to get a lot more active. The Great Lakes, the Great Plains. So, again, better opportunities for more snowfall to occur north of the Tennessee Valley. But we are setting the stage to maybe start to see a little bit more activity. Your temperature trend over the next 7 days, as I mentioned, could see some thunderstorms on Tuesday. Look at those temperatures. We're going to be pushing close to 60 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. Got quite a few people on here this morning. Thanks for joining me, by the way. If you're on social media, got quite a few on Facebook this morning. Don't forget, if you're new to this, Wake Up with Witcher is at 7 o'clock Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock Saturday and Sunday. We just have a conversation. If you're on social media, you can add to the conversation, but don't forget, I'm always on Roku, Amazon Fire, my website, and the app as well. And so you can follow along wherever you may be heading to first thing in the morning. So to recap, so I saw a lot more people jump on here just recently. So let's go ahead and recap the forecast for the day today. We pick up our timeline at 7 o'clock this morning. Again, more bark than bite. You may see a little bit of virga, maybe a couple of sprinkles, some wispy clouds falling. That's the indication of virga. But that's all we're going to see. So if you look at your radar, and it's a composite radar, so if you look at the national radar in the East Tennessee weather app, it will show you composite. If you pick the Morristown or the East Tennessee radar, it'll show you the low-level scan, which composite picks up on all the scans through the atmosphere. So sometimes it looks like it's raining, i.e. a day like today if you looked at composite radar, but it's actually not reaching the surface because of the dry air. And remember, virga is rain evaporating before it reaches the surface. All right, here we go. By tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, quite a bit more sunshine on the way. 3-day forecast. We're staying chilly, but seasonable. We're in the mid to upper 40s. Average high for this time of year is in the upper 40s around town. So highlighting that weekend forecast, again, we are talking about a wetter Saturday and a cold rain. May wake up to a little bit of a maybe light freezing rain, some light freezing drizzle to start the day, but it'll likely just be a cold rain on Saturday. Good indoor kind of a day. Sunday will be a little bit better outdoor kind of a day, albeit still on the chilly side. It doesn't look like we'll have a whole lot of moisture in place, so Sunday is going to be on the dry side. Let's look ahead for just a little bit longer. We take you from January 11th to the 17th. This is your 6 to 10 day outlook, so this is past the 7-day stretch. And notice that, let me go back to that. Notice that, let's see if we can get that back on here, that we do have the potential for staying average, right, through the 11th through the 17th. Then we go into your 8 to 10 day outlook, and you can see that, well, we're probably staying average. So I think that we're probably going to be trending a little bit more average temperature-wise, which we're going to be in, which is the mid to upper 40s, a few pockets of low 50s, but that's really about it. So as we look ahead to the middle of January, but we also notice that there is going to be a lot more activity in storms. And so do we end up with a wetter January in the form of liquid precipitation? Do we get any snowfall out of this? Only time will tell, and you got to check back in. So, right, it's only Wednesday, and so make sure you check back in as we get into our Saturday forecast. I'll keep you posted on that. Again, a live update Saturday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. So let's say good morning to everyone and see how everyone is doing. Again, if you're not on social media, you cannot add to the chat, but I'm glad you joined us here this morning. Good morning to everybody. Any questions out there? Grab your cup of coffee. It's a good start to the day for a nice hot cup of coffee or some hot cocoa or a cup of tea. I'm actually looking at trying to make my own chai tea, ordering all the things to make it not as sugary. So we'll see how that turns out. Blount County is back to school today. So big shout out to Blount County schools. They're back at it. It's a chilly start, but at least we stay rain free for the kids. Yeah. Did you get your kids off to bed early last night thanks to school? My kid had a sleepover, one last sleepover last night. Not here at the house, but at a friend's house before we head back to school tomorrow. So I'm sure the kids are going to be nice and tire. But yeah, Becky says, watch out for the kids. Okay, we haven't had kids. We haven't had school buses out and about for a couple weeks. And so watch out for those school zones. You don't want any tickets here this morning as you travel out and about. Good morning, Whitesburg. Julie's joining us from Whitesburg this morning. We got Annette and Ronnie and Kathy on here. So good morning. Big shout out to all of you. Let's see. Who else we have here? Perry Vincent. I'm back, buddy. I'm back. Not quite sure what you say. Didn't see you back, but I am back. Right here, East Tennessee weather is where you're going to find me every single day. And Vincent, if you don't have, or Perry, I should say, if you don't have the app, download the app. In the chat itself, in this live broadcast, in the all the wording, I've added all the links to be able to find wherever you want to find me. And I'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. Got a lot of cool stuff coming to the YouTube channel. So you'll want to subscribe to that because you'll be able to get a wealth of weather information there. But again, a lot of that's going to be added to the app and the website as well. We got Greenback on here this morning. Good morning, Donna. Haven't had Greenback on here for a while. Nope, your specs won't get wet today, Eric, but Saturday and next Tuesday, your specs are likely to get soaked. What else do we have on here? We got Christy on here. Let it snow. Christy, I wish I could present us a little bit more snow, but with these storms coming in from the south, it's all about storm track. And can we pull in that colder air? We need the storms to be basically move from between Atlanta and Macon all the way to Raleigh. That would put us on the most prime spot of the low pressure system as long as we have cold air in place. But just doesn't seem to be the case here as of right now. Let's see. Misty, are we finally getting snow? Not yet. Not yet, Misty. If I could make it snow, Misty, I tell you what, I wish I could. Let's see. Kimberly says, when is the merch coming back to buy? Well, I still have merch available. I'll highlight that here for a second for those of you that have not been on here and don't know that I have some merchandise. But I will be getting a whole merch shop set up. I'm getting a new website. It's going to be amazing. It's going to have everything that I need to really push along this East Tennessee weather. But if you are interested in merch, all you have to do is email me, shop@easttnweather.com or mike@easttnweather.com. Look at your colors right there. We've got hats and shirts. Shirts are $25, hats are $35. Trying to get those costs down, folks. I don't want to try to make money. I'm not trying to make money off of merch. That's just I'm having to cover my costs of shipping and merchandise. But, again, if you're interested in that, go ahead and hit me up because you can order today. I will give you all the information. I'll send you a one-time payment link, and then you just pay that online through a debit, credit card, whatever you want, and then I'll ship it away. I actually got a shirt all packed up and going to ship off to, I think it was Tabby. Tabby was with me, and she had messaged me and said, hey, listen, I want a shirt. I said, you got it, my friend. So there we go. It's coming back soon. How long does El Nino usually hang around? Ooh, that's a great question. Well, this year is going to be a little bit different, I think, because, we're kind of seeing sort of a super El Nino. So we're kind of in some unprecedented waters. No pun intended, with the warming Pacific waters. See what I'm saying there? See what I did? It just kind of depends. It doesn't necessarily. It can stick around through spring into summer. It can reverse. So there's really no huge telling on what it will do, what it will look like. But we can look at model forecast, and I've not really dove into those models. So Tina, I don't have an official answer for you, but they don't last forever. And we've only had I'd have to look at my notes precisely, but I think like 3 or 4 El Ninos in the last 15 years or something like that. So, we've been in either neutral or La Nina years, and so it could last. I mean, it just kind of depends on when those warm Pacific waters flip, and then that will change the jet streams, the Pacific jet stream, the polar jet, the Pacific jet. So yeah, but I can look it up. And I can kind of keep you up to date on that. Question: anybody interested in climate change? It's a touchy subject when you work for TV stations in corporate America. But I'm a totally different platform, so I don't mind talking about it. But we all have our own political and thoughts and feelings on it. So I don't want to scare anybody away by any stretch. But I just wanted to be open and have a conversation with you. So if you want to ask about climate change, do you want me to show climate change stuff? Could. There's a lot of stuff out there. Jan Brown says, check your messenger messages. I saw it again right now. Are you talking about that light, Jan? Jan, I think it was you. Messaged me yesterday. I think it was yesterday, day before yesterday. Anyways, and said she saw some weird light in the sky. Not quite sure what it was. It didn't look like it was moving. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I'll check my messenger, Jan. So got Pam on here. Pam's doing the snow dance. She wants some snow. She says, I want a snowman, not a mudman. Let's see. Tina says, interesting as Illinois and Wisconsin had little to no snow too. Right. Yeah, they've not had a lot of snow. I just talked to my friend in Baltimore. They haven't had hardly any snow as well over the last couple of years. So we'll see how that all plays out for the northern tier. I do think it's going to get a lot more active. So any travelers, you travel north over the next several weeks, I think it's going to get a lot more active across the Great Lakes, the Northeast, New England time frame. And Kimberly's asking, is there a date for a meet and greet yet? There is not a date for a meet and greet yet, but if you want to, I am going to set up a meet and greet. I want to meet all of you. I really do. So I think I'm probably going to do it at Orange Hat Brewery. It's a friend of mine. You don't have to be a beer drinker to go. Many of you know that I am. I brew beer too. But they have a great environment and an open space that would be big enough to have folks come out and do a little meet and greet. And they typically he's going to offer some discounts on beers if you download my app and you prove that you downloaded the app. So my friend Rodney over there is going to do that. And of course, his business partner as well. So I'll let you know when the meet and greet's going. I'm trying to get everything going, kind of getting back in the swing of things after the holidays. I know I've worked every day, but kind of, laid low. And so now we're going to get back in the swing of things. I told you that we're getting my cameras live, working on that right now. So we're going to have some amazing stuff coming too soon. And again, if you're a business owner and you have TVs in your place, hit me up. If you put up East Tennessee weather, whether it be from YouTube, Roku, Amazon Fire, I don't care, whatever it is. And if you don't have a way to do it, let me know because I'll give you an Amazon Fire stick or a Roku stick so you can put it up. But if you put East Tennessee weather up in your business, I will come out there, we'll highlight it, we'll do a Facebook Live, we'll do a reel together to highlight your business because you're highlighting my business. And so I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Anyways, we sure hope you have a great day, everybody. I'm going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Don't have any major questions on here this morning, but we sure hope you have a great day. Ooh, Tom's got some good questions on here. By the way, I'm on Twitter, or rather X, and so Tom's chiming into the conversation. Thanks, Tom. He says, have you seen any direct correlation to solar cycle and weather? Now you're diving into some good stuff here this morning. I don't think I have a time to talk about it, and I've not done a ton of research on that myself. Again, I'm not a climatologist necessarily, although I keep up on climatology, obviously. I need to. But I will dive into some of this. So hit me up on Messenger, Tom, and I'll try to answer your questions as best as possible. Or if you have questions, I can research it, and tomorrow, join the conversation. I'll come back and fire away your question, and maybe I can do a little research on that. I try to give you as much information as I can with the knowledge that I have, and that's, part of the conversation with you. To have the conversation together so we can kind of move weather along in the conversation. That's why I said, do you want me to talk, climate change at all? Are you interested in any of that, or is it just a phooey? Let's not talk about that. That's too political. We can still have our own opinions, We can still disagree. We can still agree to disagree to agree, whatever you want to call it. And we can still be friends, right? Oh, my goodness. Let's check in real quick on the TDOT cameras for those of you that may want to hit the road here for a moment. See if there's any sort of accidents that have been that have started, or not started, but that have happened since we've been talking. Doesn't look like anything major here around Knox County. Down in Chattanooga, doesn't look like anything major down there. And the Tri-Cities, we are doing A-OK when it comes to traffic here this morning. So no issues there to speak of. Again, we sure hope you have a great day. Let's cue the music. We're going to end this segment here this morning. Wake Up with Witcher every day, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday at 8 o'clock. I am here with you every single day. Don't forget the daily forecast is always updated at 6 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m., or thereabouts anyways. On the app and, of course, online at easttnweather.com. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's going to be a lot more to come on that, but as we build this product together and you support me, it'll allow me to bring more weather and more stuff to you. And we're working as a group and we're working as a team together because that's what it's all about. We're a community, we're a society, and that's what we do. So we're going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Check out all the weather information. I'll post online as well. And thanks for joining me here on this good old Wednesday morning, January 3rd. The current time, by the way, so you don't run late this morning, is now 7:26. We'll see you back here real soon. If not today, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Hey guys, it's finally here. No, it's the year-end clearance event going on right now at the all-new Rusty Wallace Hyundai. Get rates at 0% for up to 60 months, no payments until March of next year, huge discounts on all new vehicles, and America's best warranty of 10 years, 200,000 miles, and owner assurance from Hyundai. So visit us online at rustywallacehyundai.com, and remember, it's always a fun holiday at the all-new Rusty Wallace Hyundai.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Hi, everyone. Sure hope you have a great Wednesday. It looks like we're going to stay mostly cloudy as a disturbance swings on through the area. That's going to bring us maybe a sprinkle or two, but not expecting a lot of precipitation. Increase in sunshine Thursday, then a cold rain sets up for Saturday, and another storm system expected through the day on Tuesday. So I'm going to break that down all over the next 20 to 30 minutes, so stay with me. I'll keep you posted, but first things first, let's get you out the door here on this Wednesday morning. We start off at 27. We warm to 42 by noon, and again, mostly cloudy skies, or rather overcast. You can see that with our Futurecast model, picking up on that, and it's also picking up on a little bit of light precipitation, but most of that's going to be up in the atmosphere. It's not likely to reach the surface. If we get anything at all across parts of the mountain counties or anywhere around East Tennessee, it'll be in the form of just a couple of sprinkles. Forecast high temperatures, thanks to the clouds moving on through and a colder air mass in place. We only make it into the mid-40s, and your evening forecast will drop down to about 44 by 5. By 9 o'clock, we're down to about 38 degrees. Decreasing clouds throughout the day tomorrow, and then again, we're going to be tracking that our next storm system. I'll highlight that with your 3-day forecast. That's coming up in 5 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and pick up our timeline here tonight at 7 o'clock, run you through our Thursday morning, and our disturbance moves its way on out. So clearing skies overnight tonight, but a chilly start to our day. Low temperatures drop back down into the mid to upper 20s. We'll have areas of frost, so if you park outside, you have to give yourself some extra time. As we get into the day on Thursday, we'll have a few clouds kind of wrapping behind that system, but other than that, we'll see just mostly sunny skies throughout the day on Thursday. Should be a nice afternoon. Temperatures will reflect that as well. By noon, we're at 40. We warm into the low to mid 40s during the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, we're down to about 42. But our goal on Thursday is going to be topping out in the mid 40s. 3-day forecast will stay in the mid to upper 40s. Thursday, Friday time frame, mostly sunny with some high level clouds on into our Friday. As our next storm system approaches the area, that moves through on Saturday, and then again, another one on Tuesday. We'll highlight that with a big picture weather pattern. That's coming up in just a few. go ahead and recap those weather headlines. It's going to become mostly cloudy. You can't rule out an isolated sprinkle or two, but not expecting a whole lot of precipitation as a weak wave moves its way on through. But the next round of rain comes through on Saturday, and maybe even a potential heavier downpour is expected on Tuesday, with also the potential for a little bit of a wintry mix as we head through the next two storm systems. That would be Saturday and Sunday. You can see the rain chances have really ramped up. First one today, weak little wave in the atmosphere moving on through. Not a whole lot of moisture. If you have travel plans down into Georgia, you're likely to get more rain in Atlanta, Macon, down in as well. But for us here in East Tennessee, we're just not looking at a whole lot of precipitation, maybe a sprinkle or two, and that really should be about the extent of it. And because we're not looking at much moisture, we're not looking at any snowfall really accumulation around much of the region with that system. But let's go ahead and talk about our Friday, Saturday storm system. Here it is, down to our south and southwest on Friday night. Heading into Saturday morning, the moisture comes on through. Now, the Cumberland Plateau, parts of upper East Tennessee, the mountains may get a little bit of light freezing rain, maybe a little bit of light snow with the first initial onset of the storm system, and then it switches over to an all cold rain. On Sunday, we'll get some wraparound moisture on the backside of that. How much do we squeeze out to produce a little bit of light snow across the mountains? Yet to be determined, but I'll keep you posted on how this all plays out over the next couple of days. So rainfall outlook through Friday. We're looking at about a quarter to half an inch of rainfall. Then as we get into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, heavier rain starts to set up shop, especially down to our south. It's not going to be a huge rainmaker, but still a solid cold rain on the way. And then our snowfall forecast with this first round. This is not an official snowfall forecast, but maybe some light snow or wintry mix around the horseshoe of East Tennessee. Better chance for snow up across parts of the northeast as that storm system slides off to the northeast. Now, our next storm system after that is going to be Tuesday into Wednesday. Here comes the storm system, bringing us some solid showers, maybe some thunderstorms. And then on the backside of that, maybe some wraparound moisture produce, again, a chance for some snow. But it is going to be more of a liquid precipitation event where we could pick up all the way from now through next Wednesday, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall here around East Tennessee, more than that to our south and southeast. And yet again, this is not an official forecast. We're still too far away. But the point is we're going to watch this closely. Do we pick up our better opportunity to see some snow, maybe with that second storm system again on Tuesday, Wednesday? So I'll keep you posted on that. Either way you look at it, temperatures will stay on the chillier side all the way through Sunday. And then here we go, Monday, Tuesday, we'll see those temperatures climb. So it's going to be all liquid precipitation with that one, at least with the onset of it. Wednesday will probably get knocked back down into the 40s. So some interesting weather heading our way, an active weather pattern, really, to be honest with you. And so make sure you check back in from time to time. In the meantime, we sure hope you have a great day. right, so high temperatures yesterday. We made it to 47 degrees at McGee-Tyson Airport after a morning low of 28. A solid average day yesterday. That's typically how it would feel. We had quite a bit of sunshine. 50 was the high in Chattanooga after a morning low of 30. So again, averages are 51, 33, a solid average day there. As we get into the Tri-Cities area, 43, so a little bit below average by 5 degrees. Well, 4 degrees anyways. But a solid average morning with the low temperatures in the mid-20s. And Cumberland County, also a solid average day yesterday. Better than that record of 1 set back in 2018. All right, let's ready through our future cast. A little bit of moisture swinging through during the day today. Maybe a sprinkle here or there, but the general rule would be mostly cloudy skies. And then the skies clear through the day on Thursday with increasing sunshine and some chilly temperatures. 3-day forecast, we're at 45 on Wednesday, Thursday at 45. Friday, we're up to 48 degrees. We are tracking more rain as we head into the upcoming weekend. So as we highlight that weekend forecast, Saturday, cold rain on the way, maybe a little bit of a wintry mix, and then decreasing clouds on into our Sunday, but staying on the chilly side. Remember, we're going to warm up a little bit more as we get into the start of next week as we track another storm system on into our Tuesday. See you soon.
vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Since 1982, Mike Stevens Homes has built a place for your most cherished and treasured memories. We know the events that take place within the walls of our homes are the stuff of life, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. Our design process starts with you. Every home we build is as unique as the person or the family we're building for. I'm Mike Stevens, and I'd love to talk to you about your new home in your new neighborhood. Let us create the perfect place for your memories of baby's first steps, Thanksgiving with your parents, grandparents, and cousins, and the million treasured moments you'll be thinking of 20 years from now. Mike Stevens Homes doesn't build houses. We build places where your memories happen.
Hey y'all, it's finally here. No, it's the year-end clearance event going on right now at Rusty Wallace Chevrolet in Clinton. Get rates as low as 1.9%, no payments until March of next year, and up to $6,000 off new Silverados. And as always, you get the gift of Rusty's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. So find new roads to rustywallachevrolet.com and enjoy your holidays with us, where Chevys cost less.
You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Sure hope you have a great Wednesday. It looks like we're going to stay mostly cloudy as a disturbance swings on through the area. That's going to bring us maybe a sprinkle or two, but not expecting a lot of precipitation. Increase in sunshine Thursday, then a cold rain sets up for Saturday, and another storm system expected through the day on Tuesday. So I'm going to break that down all over the next 20 to 30 minutes, so stay with me. I'll keep you posted, but first things first, let's get you out the door here on this Wednesday morning. We start off at 27. We warm to 42 by noon, and again, mostly cloudy skies, or rather overcast. You can see that with our Futurecast model, picking up on that, and it's also picking up on a little bit of light precipitation, but most of that's going to be up in the atmosphere. It's not likely to reach the surface. If we get anything at all across parts of the mountain counties or anywhere around East Tennessee, it'll be in the form of just a couple of sprinkles. Forecast high temperatures, thanks to the clouds moving on through and a colder air mass in place, we only make it into the mid-40s. And your evening forecast will drop down to about 44 by 5. By 9 o'clock, we're down to about 38 degrees. Decreasing clouds throughout the day tomorrow. And then again, we're going to be tracking our next storm system. I'll highlight that with your 3-day forecast. That's coming up in 5 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and pick up our timeline here tonight at 7 o'clock, running through our Thursday morning, and our disturbance moves its way on out. So clearing skies overnight tonight, but a chilly start to our day. Low temperatures drop back down into the mid to upper 20s. We'll have areas of frost, so if you park outside, you have to give yourself some extra time. As we get into the day on Thursday, we'll have a few clouds kind of wrapping behind that system, but other than that, we'll see just mostly sunny skies throughout the day on Thursday. Should be a nice afternoon. Temperatures will reflect that as well. By noon, we're at 40. We warm into the low to mid 40s during the afternoon. By 5 o'clock, we're down to about 42. But our goal on Thursday is going to be topping out in the mid 40s. 3-day forecast will stay in the mid to upper 40s. Thursday, Friday time frame, mostly sunny with some high level clouds on into our Friday. As our next storm system approaches the area, that moves through on Saturday, and then again, another one on Tuesday. We'll highlight that with a big picture weather pattern. That's coming up in just a few. go ahead and recap those weather headlines. It's going to become mostly cloudy. You can't rule out an isolated sprinkle or two, but not expecting a whole lot of precipitation as a weak wave moves its way on through. But the next round of rain comes through on Saturday, and maybe even a potential heavier downpours expected on Tuesday, with also the potential for a little bit of a wintry mix as we head through the next two storm systems. That would be Saturday and Sunday. You can see the rain chances have really ramped up. First one today, weak little wave in the atmosphere moving on through. Not a whole lot of moisture. If you have travel plans down into Georgia, you're likely to get more rain in Atlanta, Macon, down in as well. But for us here in East Tennessee, we're just not looking at a whole lot of precipitation, maybe a sprinkle or two, and that really should be about the extent of it. And because we're not looking at much moisture, we're not looking at any snowfall really accumulation around much of the region with that system. But let's go ahead and talk about our Friday, Saturday storm system. Here it is, down to our south and southwest on Friday night. Heading into Saturday morning, the moisture comes on through. Now, the Cumberland Plateau, parts of upper East Tennessee, the mountains may get a little bit of light freezing rain, maybe a little bit of light snow with the first initial onset of the storm system, and then it switches over to an all cold rain. On Sunday, we'll get some wraparound moisture on the backside of that. How much do we squeeze out to produce a little bit of light snow across the mountains? Yet to be determined, but I'll keep you posted on how this all plays out over the next couple of days. So rainfall outlook through Friday. We're looking at about a quarter to half an inch of rainfall. Then as we get into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, heavier rain starts to set up shop, especially down to our south. It's not going to be a huge rainmaker, but still a solid cold rain on the way. And then our snowfall forecast with this first round. This is not an official snowfall forecast, but maybe some light snow or wintry mix around the horseshoe of East Tennessee. Better chance for snow up across parts of the northeast as that storm system slides off to the northeast. Now, our next storm system after that is going to be Tuesday into Wednesday. Here comes the storm system, bringing us some solid showers, maybe some thunderstorms. And then on the back side of that, maybe some wraparound moisture produce, again, a chance for some snow. But it is going to be more of a liquid precipitation event where we could pick up all the way from now through next Wednesday, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall here around East Tennessee, more than that to our south and southeast. And yet again, this is not an official forecast. We're still too far away. But the point is we're going to watch this closely. Do we pick up a better opportunity to see some snow, maybe with that second storm system again on Tuesday, Wednesday? So I'll keep you posted on that. Either way you look at it, temperatures will stay on the chillier side all the way through Sunday. And then here we go, Monday, Tuesday, we'll see those temperatures climb. So it's going to be all liquid precipitation with that one, at least with the onset of it. Wednesday will probably get knocked back down into the 40s. So some interesting weather heading our way, an active weather pattern, really, to be honest with you. And so make sure you check back in from time to time. In the meantime, we sure